Yeah. Como é que é, pessoal? Sejam bem-vindos a mais um episódio do Shanecast. Hoje tenho uma convidada comigo. Another internet friend. I've been inviting a lot of internet friends.
I've
Yeah.
noticed.
A lot of people that I know from the internet, that I've met on the internet, and they do some cool stuff. And you're one of them. Estou aqui com a
I'll
Roxy
take that
Panda.
as a compliment. Hi guys.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, man, we out here. It's a great day. You're here, you came here. And I think just to start, I feel like you should tell the peeps just a little bit of what you do, like like the main thing that you do, and then we're gonna talk about the other stuff.
Right. So my main thing is illustration and animation. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, a lot since forever.
Tem uma cena que eu vi tua,
Okay.
projeto onde tu estavas, que era aquele Comic Con que vocês estavam a tentar fazer.
Oh yeah.
How was that like?
So wait, how is that? What exactly do you want to know?
Podes nos dar tipo
In general.
In general e tipo depois podes entrar em
So here's the thing. There's a big community here that enjoys comics. Marvel, DC, or just like manga and anime and whatnot. So we just thought that it would be a good idea to make a small project in which people could like get together and just enjoy being a freaking geek. I guess.
Like a normal Comic Con.
Yeah. But
how big is the community though? Like in terms of numbers, no? Uma estimativa assim muito rough.
If we're talking like, for example, just in a WhatsApp group, I've been in a WhatsApp group with like 100 and something people. And those are the people that were there. So yeah, I'd say probably 1,000.
1,000. That's
so
enough for
far.
a con.
Yeah, it is enough for a con. The only thing is that I don't quite understand if people have like they step back when they're given the chance to openly be,
themselves.
Yeah.
I remember, estava a escutar podcast. Não sei se conhece Link Pen. Yeah. E ele falou-me que...
He's so dope.
Yeah.
He's so dope.
Yeah, acho que depois de tu, acho que ele é o segundo illustrator. Tipo, illustrator that focus on illustration. Okay, there's also Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, there's also Chris,
yes.
obviously. But yeah, he was talking about how quando na altura que ele cresceu, nos anos 80 e tudo mais, havia big community de pessoas que curtiam os BDs.
Yeah,
And the community was big and was all focused, but then people grew up and aquele senso de comunidade sort of, não diria desapareceu, né? Mas já não havia tanto aquela coisa ali. Então, talvez seja esse o caso. Não há aquela vontade de vocês unirem-se num espaço físico. Não sei se esse é o caso ou não.
Online. É uma cena tipo, everybody's there. Marcam até dates to go watch estreias de Aquaman, whatever. Mas depois só vão alguns, já ver. Então, pá...
Não dirias que é porque não existe um líder, uma pessoa mesmo que está a tentar
honestly,
everyone together, hey guys, vamos lá fazer acontecer, mas não é uma coisa
porque
assim.
É sempre aquela cena tipo, nós temos um hábito aqui em qualquer grupo tem que ter uma pessoa para puxar toda a gente. Otherwise people
mas não, I think it's nature.
Is it though?
Yeah. Eu acho que é tipo nature. Se tu fores olhar para pack the animals, when they go hunting, animals hunt, I guess. There's always obviously you should know this very well.
I should, at least that I
There's
should
always
know.
the alpha and then the betas.
omegas and betas,
Exactly. So, num grupo tem que ter alguém que, makes things happen. Otherwise, só vai ser um grupo de pessoas that, are just a conviver. E then they're just wasting time and
Yeah. I think to a certain extent, there's always like the necessity to have a leader in every type of situation, I guess. Yeah. So, nossa cena de confundir líder com boss.
What's your opinion on that?
I think it mostly comes from what we see. Because o líder que a gente está habituado a ver não é um líder. É tipo o teu chefe que te manda fazer coisas. Então nós temos aquela ideia de que eu, para ser chefe, ou tenho de fazer ou tenho de te mandar fazer. Não tem aquela cena tipo, ok, I have a bunch of things, eu vou delegar uma tarefa para ti, vou acabar minha cena, I'm done with my things, eu venho te ajudar se tu não acabaste. Então aquela ideia de que o líder não é o que está à frente a apontar para onde é que temos de ir, é o que está atrás a dar a ordem and making sure that nobody's left behind and that everything is going well. Giving an example of animals, right? In a wolf pack, the elders and the ones that are injured are the ones that always go in front.
Yeah.
Then you have like women and children. Then you have a male in the front of the line behind the elders. And you have a male in the back of the line to make sure that nobody stays behind. So the kind of leader that if you want to be a leader, you need to be in the position of both alpha males. And if you don't do that, well, good luck, I guess.
Yeah, and I think we also have this other problem here. Yeah, a lot of people are scared of not getting the shine, if that makes sense. Because being in those like positions, you're sort of like in the middle of everything. So the shine won't come to you.
Yeah.
The shine will come to the things that are happening. E às vezes até vai, it will come to like the elders nesse caso, né? Because they were in front, or so nós temos aquela cena de mandar, eu sou o boss e eu tenho que ser o gajo que vai aparecer, man. Se não for
if
esse
everything
o caso,
happens, it happens thanks to me. Yeah. E é tipo like, yeah, cool, but how fucking insecure do you have to be in order to feel like you need other people to see that things are happening because of you?
Very insecure.
Very insecure.
Very insecure. And the type of houses that we grow up in, where os nossos cotas, most of them weren't given the chance to dream, and most of them were like always put down. There's also this resentment que stem from various experiences, if you want to take it back to colonialism, we can take it back to those times and all that.
Yeah.
So like, hey, é difícil de tu conseguires, se tu já tens essas formas de pensar, essas formas de ver as coisas, é difícil de tu conseguires na tua própria casa criar um space onde tu podes dizer ao teu filho, mano, bro, do whatever you want to do, like, nada, tem que ser homem da casa. Eu sou homem da casa.
Yeah, it's tough. Eu entendo, tipo, okay, like, in my house, it's always been just me and my mom. Então, pá, homem da casa é ela.
Yeah.
É uma cena, tipo, she wasn't very, she still isn't very supportive dessa cena de eu querer fazer a living out of art.
Yeah.
It makes me angry, porque quando estamos com outras pessoas é tipo, ei não, vê lá, minha filha é artista, minha filha não sei o quê.
Mas em casa a história é diferente.
Mas em casa é uma cena tipo, like, even para eu começar essa cena de ilustração, tinha a oportunidade de ter uma bolsa para o Japão e ir to like Kyoto University of Arts.
Wow.
Fucking dream, like, greatest thing. I turned to her and I was like, listen, com todas as coisas que tu podes fazer nessa universidade, eu se tirar uma única licenciatura vai ser com sorte. I want to go do illustration. She was like, no. It's like, okay, then I'll go do graphic design. It's like, yeah, no, é tudo desenhar.
Yeah,
you're not going to trick me with that. I'm like,
ecosystem.
Listen, come on, please, like, educate yourself a little bit in this. She's like, no. It's like, okay, fine. I'll do marine biology. Because she was like, no, you need to have a plan B that you can fall back to. In case you want to have art as your plan A, go. but you need to have a plan B that you can fall back to. It's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Of course, when your own parents don't support you, it's a bit, but I understand. I mean, when she finished high school, she wasn't given a chance. Ainda era na altura em que, pá, estamos com falta de médicos, estamos com falta de...
Havia locação.
Yeah. Então a cena dela era, tá aqui, escolhe. Queres ser professora, queres fazer medicina ou queres fazer direito? For all I know, if she had been given a chance, podia estar a fazer patinagem artística or some random shit, because my mom is the randomest person ever.
Yeah.
Mas começou a fazer medicina. She likes it.
But does she though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other things that she likes way more.
More than...
Because drawing I actually got from her.
Yeah.
She draws really well.
Is it?
She does any type of like manual activity. Costura, what's it called? Like burning wood e fazer esculturas. And you give her a piece of something and you teach her basic stuff and she'll do it.
Wow.
So, I don't think she's a great doctor also. I'm not saying she's bad. But like, I think she'd be way better on the artistic.
Então achas que o teu lado artístico passou mais por genética? É uma coisa de genética,
tanto
né?
da parte da mãe como da parte do pai.
Yeah.
É uma cena tipo uma ninga comum em todos os tios e tias e primos. So.
That's really interesting. Really interesting. And what was it like, like having to say no to that? Like, was it easy?
No. Hey, no. Not even a little
because
bit.
Like you'd probably like get a chance to like work on some anime that's like, who knows the possibilities.
I've been in this situation for like 6 years.
Yeah.
It's 6 years that I could have spent just honing my skills. So it's that thing where I like what I'm studying. I enjoy it a lot. I mean, I get to spend a whole week just playing around in the beach and doing stuff and going to a lab, and there's a lot of fun stuff to do. But every once in a while, I'll be doing something and I'll just sit back and like, I don't really like the way this drawing looks. And the first thought that always comes to my mind is, if you had been given the time to actually practice, it wouldn't look like that. In 6 years, you can develop your own like art style. I do not have my own art style. It's more of I see something, I can do the exact same thing if I feel like it.
Yeah.
But it's not like one thing that is specific to myself.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, it really makes you feel bad. Like you feel like you've lost a lot of time doing things for other people. But you also try to tell yourself like, listen, okay, nah? But you didn't have any other choice. It was either this or street or this or whatever ultimatum your parents give you.
Money.
But yeah, it can definitely be very exhausting to have this fight with your own consciousness to make sure that you understand that you're like against a wall and you couldn't do anything. And the part of you that's like, yeah, listen, coward much.
Yeah, because so, it's both sides of the thing. It's like, acho que até acaba sendo uma coisa de survival instinct type thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because part of you...
It's all based on fear.
Yeah.
Like they put you in this situation because they feel fear that you won't be able to make it in life.
Yeah.
So they put that fear into you and you feel fear either because you start believing that or because you know that the consequences, the repercussions of you being like, yeah, no, aren't always going to be, solved and whatnot. For some people, it does work. Like, that's the thing. You really step hard and you're like, nah, I'm going to do this. And eventually your parents come through and they're like, yeah, okay, fine, try it out.
Yeah.
Or I'll give you X time, you go and you try it out. Sometimes this is not the case.
Yeah, I feel like up until university, you have to fulfill your parents' dreams and like sort of honor them. And then from there onwards, you do whatever it is you want to do. You want to go crazy, it's cool. At least you have a degree or something. But at the same time, that doesn't stop you. And obviamente está acontecendo contigo. It didn't stop you from trying your own thing,
No.
And
I mean, at the end of the day, even her, she didn't like stop me from trying.
Yeah.
Because it's something she also enjoys. So yeah.
Oh, so she likes some of your drawings and like.
Yeah. She likes to show off my stuff. She just doesn't like me doing it.
So paradoxical, you know.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's a bit hypocritical. Like, hey, listen, you like my shit. Like, what's
Yeah.
your issue? You could, be my manager, maybe promote me, because she's also good with that. But she's like, yeah, finish your degree first. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
I feel like that's what you have to do. You have to finish that. You know? Tipo dizer, até pode ir entregar, ficar, tá aqui. This is yours.
Oh, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Eu vou tirar uma cópia da cena, vou pôr numa moldura. It's like, here, congratulations.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, because there are parents, man. I don't think any parent would like to see their kid fail.
Yeah, but that also bites you in the ass.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
you know, it sort of bites you because, like, há casos onde eu já ouvi histórias de, por exemplo, pessoas que fizeram malta medicina, sei lá, for their parents, e just in the middle of class or of a test, they stood up and they left class forever. Because they've realized que isto aqui não é para mim. So they just leave and they never come back. And it's
no, the only thing I've ever done was like not go to class.
Yeah.
But I don't quit because, Mom's a scary person. She's scary as shit.
Yeah.
She's very sweet. And yeah, that's the issue. I love her to bits. Not in the same house, but I love her to bits.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I want to do this for you. I also want to do things for myself. And that's the position that I see most of my friends in.
Yeah.
They really want to, try to honor their parents and make sure that everything is cool and that they can feel comfortable and feel like, no matter what happens, you'll always have a second chance. You'll always have some plan B, plan C, plan D, but you gotta be miserable for a few years before you can do that. And yeah.
But I feel like life is just a journey of constant misery. And then there's like some humps of like joy here and there.
I mean,
and you have to be content, I guess
since we have this thing where we look at joy as certain moments or certain achievements, but it's not necessarily like that. I mean, you don't have to. Well, I'm not gonna say something corny like I wake up in the morning and I feel grateful that I'm alive. Like, fuck that. No. I'm alive because I take good care of myself. I might die any moment. Like, yeah, sure, fine. But if I wake up at 8, which is rare, and my house is empty and there's silence, that's a moment of joy for me. I know I'm going to wake up and it's going to be complete silence. No máximo vou ouvir meow. So, that's joyful.
Yeah.
Se entrar na cozinha, tem pão. Holy shit. Best day of my life.
So,
é uma questão das cenas. I know the things that I like. I know the things that I genuinely enjoy. And those are the things that are gonna bring me joy throughout the entire day. Eu olhar no espelho e dizer, hey, eyebrows. Cool. Essas cenas. Like, there's always that thing, like, if I leave my house and I'm gonna meet Val, and it's like, oh, shit, I'm gonna meet Val. Biggest joy.
Yeah.
But we also need to count those small things. I know, cliche, yes.
I guess when you look at those small things, I'd say you have to be content. Not content in the sense of like feeling comfortable, which is what's that word for? The one where you're like where you just accept anything that comes your way, good or bad. No, just be content with like, man, I woke up and it's silent. Like, bro, this is great. And then I see joy as like those, like when you have those random peaks there, that's how I see joy, So like the whole thing of happiness and whatever, because happiness is it's a choice. Joy, it's something that you can control. So I guess like there's certain things that you can control, and then there's certain things that you can't, which make this whole thing very interesting because you see like the normal things as like moments that you wouldn't control, whereas I see the normal things as like moments that like are just there and I have to like be like thankful for them or something.
I guess it's also that thought. I see a difference between being happy and being happiness as two different states. I am happy, like, okay, when I achieve something or I just drew something and it's awesome, I'm happy. Because that thing is making me happy. But throughout the day, I can be happiness. As in, I know what are the things that bring light to my day when I wake up.
Yeah.
So those things put me in a constant state of happiness. And your end goal, when you say, oh, I want to be happy, in the end, it's just like, if your constant state of happiness is in a 3, you want to reach your goal of being happy, and all you're doing is raising your happiness to a 5, maybe.
Yeah.
So if you see it like that, I guess it's easier for you to be able to pinpoint what are the things that actually make you happy and bring you joy that you would normally not be able to see.
Yeah. Wow.
That got too serious too fast.
No, like, I feel like it's important for us to like discuss these things, because maioria das vezes we tend to try and find different ways of achieving this of which we're talking about, when it's like the most normal things that can make you feel these things, It's just a matter of you switching the way you view things, because I look at this as when I think about people from our generation, things that make them happy or that cause them joy are the most like futile things, like quero sair para ir beber, hoje tem boda and stuff like that. And tu aparece ali like, bro, man, I just did the dopest thing today. I went on a hike, and people were like,
hikes are the dopest shit
I really love.
ever.
I've only been to one, and I just want to go for like 100 more hikes, but I just can't find people to do it. And
Na Mancha tá perto. Like, it's the closest thing.
I once, uma vez eu tava falando com alguém, I kid you not, I told them I want to go hiking. Pois disseram, aqui you can't go hiking. I was like, acho que na Mancha tem some trails.
Bro, dang.
And then they're like, no, na Mancha.
Go to the trails, just that like small bit de subir aquela cena e ver like a cascata dos dois lados. Great.
Have you done that?
I mean, oh yeah, I've done it. Of course.
Dude, I want to try it.
Bro, it was dope. Fomos catar bambu. Acho que aquilo era quintal de dono. We have no idea where we were.
Yeah.
Fomos catar bambu, and we made like knives and swords and whatnot with it, and
So you see, like, I feel like we haven't reached a stage where for a lot of people happiness comes from within. We need to like always try to escape and like esquecer nossos problemas do dia a dia, just to feel a little bit of
even if you want to forget your daily struggles, how will you know what makes you happy if you don't even know what you like to begin with?
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that the best thing that happens in your life is when you're pissed drunk and stumbling.
For some people, that's the best thing. For some people, that's it. Like, and I feel like...
But what else, though? Like, your entire happiness cannot be controlled by one single thing.
I think it's scary for you to, like, take some time to sit down and really tentar entender quem tu és.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of that. Like, whenever I do that stuff, because what ends up happening, at least with me, I don't know if the same thing happens to you, you start realizing that I'm actually not a great person. I'm not actually this good person that I think I am.
I'm an asshole. Like,
you see what I'm saying?
Up.
You see what I'm saying? You start like realizing that, damn.
But that's the thing. Like, it reached a point where I even like sat with some of my closest friends and I was like, listen, I know I'm a fucking asshole, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really mean.
Yeah.
And evil things just tickle my fancy. But whatever I do to you, just keep in mind that I do not mean to hurt you. And if I cross any lines, just tell me.
Let me know, yeah.
But
so that you can be held accountable and all that stuff.
But am I horrible to some people? Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Magically horrible. But am I really a bad? Yeah, I'm kind of bad person. But, it's always that thing where I might tell you off for something and I might be rude, But I will tell you, like, listen, I saw I was rude a second ago. I do not take it back.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind that I'm not saying this because I want to hurt you or anything. But I don't know, you suck at this or that, but listen. And it's also a matter of communication.
Yeah.
You will always hold yourself accountable when you cannot communicate your things properly. And you look at yourself as the worst person ever, but in reality, it's just because you didn't know how to phrase things.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have this constant struggle to, because when I look at communication, I just don't look at the me telling you something.
Mm-hmm.
Also, me receiving that information from you. If you come to me and you tell me this is how I am, like sometimes eu vou levar aquela cena tipo, bro, ela tá a ser pouco, she's being a bit too much. So maybe
É que realmente há pessoas que aproveitam essa cena to just be straight up rude.
Yes. There are those cases.
Ou aquela cena tipo, olha, listen, honey, I'm just straightforward. Like, no, Susan, you're malho do
But the
caralho.
problem is with what you're saying, I feel like it's on não uma cena tipo every single day you're just being mean to people, you know, telling. I don't know. I'm just trying to assume.
I don't know. My friends will say so in the comments.
Yeah, they'll say so in the comments. Oh wait, but it's not like you're being mean and like you're constantly like putting down people to visual gain, like your friend doing something and then you just bully them like just because you can, and because you're so called mean. Like they're gonna start the bully between friends and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
But then there's like actual bullying where you're trying to hurt the other person, and you're like trying to make sure you're putting them down. Like you're constantly making sure that they're aware of how much of like a bad whatever it is that they're, you know. So
yeah.
there's that side of things, and then there's like just the playful and exageraste gosto.
I do bully my friends a lot, I guess. But it's never a thing of like, let me let you know. Aqui is like you, and then there's me. It's never a thing like that.
If they were to like get back at you, you'd be like, okay, cool, game on, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Although they rarely do. Única pessoa que faz isso aí é smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't not bullying them nada, bro. It's just y'all just being people. So socializing.
Listen.
How bad could it be?
Listen. There are moments where like we're in complete silence and someone will just look at me and be like, yeah, say ma, fogo, say ma. I'm like, okay, I know. I'm not that bad. And everybody in the room is just like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But they don't stop being my friends.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll never push you to a limit on purpose to see if you'll stop being my friend because this is stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But, you know, I mean, I guess I think most of my closest friends enjoy when I'm being mean to someone. They enjoy watching me being mean to someone. But yeah.
So so far, what has been the most challenging thing about you expressing yourself here no contexto onde estamos? Because as we were talking before, you do sort of something like your kind of art is a bit very alternative. It's very counterculture, very like in your own zone. Like you're sort of like an outlier. Although if you were to get a job and you're told like do this and that and that, I want to assume that you'd be able to do that.
Yeah, when I do get commissions, é sempre uma cena tipo, okay, I need you to do this and that for this project. Tá aqui o tema, tá aqui não sei o quê, eu quero isto. I'll do it. If I feel like you're being a bit with your ideas, I'll tell you, hey, listen, this is dope. In my brain, no, it's not, but like, you know. But how about these other 3 suggestions? What do you think? If you really insist that you want your lame-ass idea to be the ones, like, okay, fine. I'll do it. Of course I'll do it. I'll do it properly, the best I can. I'll put on my effort to make your lame idea less lame. But hey, listen, it's always that thing. And I notice that people are not really used to that. It's more of a thing that if I want my commission to be this, the person has to do this. But you're kind of
You're kind of
you're kind of commissioning me to do the work for you.
yeah.
Então partimos do princípio que tu não sabes o que tens de fazer. You have the idea.
Oh, I see.
But there's a certain level of skill that has to come from the person you're commissioning. So if you tell me that you want to draw you want an illustration for this thing that you want to like make people feel calm and feel a sense of security, you want the drawing to be read, I'll tell you, listen, no.
Yeah. Essa cor não tem nada a ver com
No.
os sentimentos. Yeah.
Let's do a blue. No, but blue. But what about a green or a purple? I don't know. I really want a red. It's like, listen, I understand what you want, but it's not what's gonna bring you the best outcome on this. If you really insist on the red, okay, like, have your red drawing. Like, just take your red drawing, go do your thing. But when you're gonna commission someone, you need to keep in mind that you are asking the person to do something because you do not know how to do it. Give your opinion, but when you're given suggestions, sit down. At least try to listen or educate yourself or something. Don't go with that thing like, but no, I'm paying you. Like, okay, fine. Take your shitty project then. It has reached a point where I've turned to someone and said, listen, you're gonna pay me, but you haven't paid me yet, so just don't pay me. I will not do this. You want phone numbers of other people that might say yes because they're desperate? Here. Go.
That's like a I know my worth type move.
Listen, I do. And that's the same thing. Like, we have this art group, and some of the girls that are starting to charge for their pieces now, they tend to ask me, like, how do you charge for your pieces first? Like, what are your rates? How do you find your rates? And what do you do when you feel like you're going to lose a client? I'm like, okay, why are you going to lose this client? Because nobody asked that because you don't think about that until you feel like you're about to lose a client. Why do you think you're losing a client? Querem que eu faça isto? Eu dei sugestão X. I really think it's going to be way better. Mas a pessoa tipo tá maninga insistir. And like, I need money, but I don't need that money. I'm like, great, then tell them to piss off. Because as an artist, you also have your image. Like, one of the biggest regrets I have as an artist is that there are certain videos, because I do like videography every once in a while. There's certain videos, there's certain logos, and there's certain pictures that are out there that I made, and I absolutely hate them. I don't know, like 1 ounce of what is going on. Some because I wasn't given space, and others because of all options I gave, they chose the worst ones. And it's like, listen, I understand that it might look cool, but, give it a week, you're going to hate it. And they're like, no, I absolutely love it. And then I found out why. Because people here like to have the same things that other people have. And it's like, yeah, no, but in our videos about, I don't know, the struggles the elderly go through, we want to talk about how they're abandoned by their families. Like, yeah, that shit happens, but there's other struggles. What are you going to do? We're interviewing a person. Are you going to silence this person? Are you going to tell me to like erase every bit that isn't convenient for you? But because I needed money, I did it. And it's like, yeah, I hate it. I don't want other people from this specific group or any other people that I know to be in this situation. You feel like you're losing a client. You feel like you have good reasons to stick to the idea that you have. Tell them to piss off. No client is ever your last client unless you decide that you don't want to do things anymore. then no client will ever be your last client. It's the same thing with your rates. If you have a client that is horrible, they treat you badly, but it's like, yeah, you need the money. Next time they come up to you, aumenta preço. 5% por danos morais. You laugh, but that's how I rate most of my
5%
things.
por danos morais.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you notice that I told you a certain price and the next time you come up to me, I told you a price that is a bit higher, ask me why. I'll tell you. If it's because the material is more expensive, I'll tell you the material is more expensive. If it's because you're an asshole, I'll tell you, listen, you're really hard to work with. If we're gonna work, I need to feel like, I'm receiving enough to put up with your bullshit. I won't say that like that, but yeah. We can't keep up this idea that you have to treat your client like they're a god, because if they go away, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose money, but you're not gonna stop working. Somebody else is gonna appear, and if you're actually doing a good job, things will flow. Eu sei que é maninho tipo, não, mas não é só tipo o teu talento ou o teu bom trabalho, também tens que ter costas quentes, também tens que não sei o que. Yeah, you do. True. Mas epá, you cannot tell me that if I drop pair of huge, beautiful titties, não vai ter pessoas a olhar. Vai. Somebody's gonna want a print. And what are you gonna do? Mas eu quero a print em azul. It's like, listen, em azul não vai ficar bem. Então não quero. Tá bom, tchau. Outra pessoa de querer. The world doesn't end in one client that you lose. Of course, this is not an excuse for you to be rude to your clients either. But,
Yeah, I feel like that also has to be emphasized. Because sometimes, we've heard lots of complaints of people that go like, hey man, I really like this job, and I reached out to person so X, Y, and Z to do whatever that they do really well, and then the person was so rude to me. Like, I don't understand. Nem parece. Aquilo que eu vejo na internet nem parece quem lê. Vocês têm que ter muito cuidado com as pessoas. Eles aprendem a ser, start hearing all these things. But at the same, it's like, it's a power play no fim do dia.
It is a power play.
It's a power play.
It is a power play. E tu ouves essa cena com tanta frequência que é tipo, ok, tu vais-me dizer que em toda a comunidade de artistas they're all fucking rude. No.
Yeah.
Something
it's
is
a power
not
play
right.
between the either, you just showed us a broader view of how some clients conseguem cuidar dos, mas ao mesmo tempo há histórias de como alguns service providers or some artists in this case, right, were bad to their customers, clients.
É que tipo, like, não é mentira. Há pessoas que ficam naquela cena, because I have the skill, you cannot tell me shit. They be like, listen, you do have the skill, but you also have to keep in mind that your client comes to you with a certain agenda. And sometimes your client isn't even the final client.
Yeah.
There's someone else and they have their own agenda. So things are bound to get mashed up. Tu tens que ter uma thick skin to be in a type of work that makes you constantly interact with people. Because some things are going to get on your nerves. But you also got to see from other people's points of view. So yeah, it is true that some artists can be fucking rude. And they can just, be very condescending for no reason. But then it's also true that some clients come up to you with that thing like, listen, I'm the client. It's like, yeah, good for you. Congratulations. Now what?
So I guess a cena que estraga a vida de artista é a interação com pessoas, I guess.
Yeah.
Eu acho que o nirvana de qualquer artista era ele ter alguém que just comes to them, they're like, yeah, this is what you're meant to do, and just do it.
Listen, quando aparece uma pessoa, ei, eu quero... Eu trabalhei...
Não, mas tipo, alguém que faz o talking for you. All you have to do is just stay in your studio.
That would be great.
And then,
but honestly, as an artist, there are two skills you need to have. Two basic skills. The basis of the main art you want to do and communication skills.
yeah.
No final das contas, tu, as a person, you need communication skills.
Yeah.
But we don't even... we don't even grow up in a culture that tells you like, listen, you need to hone this type of skill. É tipo like, no, eu mandei cala a boca. And that really messes up with the way you work as an adult with any type of interaction, any type of relationship whatsoever. And because you're used to having someone that's there like, listen, no, your value is X. Even as an artist, you still have that. I've had one of the girls in that group turn to me and say like, yeah, I'm going to do this type of drawing for someone. Vou cobrar 300 meticais. Eu olhei pra No, you're not. And she's like, good. Tu olhaste, tu ficaste tipo, colors. Because eu não atino com color theory. No. Li aquilo 2 vezes, fiquei tipo, like, yeah, fuck this. Vamos cores. She does it perfectly. 300? Não. I told her straight up, no mínimo vais cobrar 700 se estás a sentir awkward. No mínimo vais cobrar 700. Eu disse 500, I'm like, pronto. It's better than 300.
Yeah.
But the next time I hear you saying, vou cobrar 500, estou a sair daqui, estou a vir para a tua casa. But the thing is, she's had experiences before in which someone has come up to her being like, I'm not paying 500 por causa disso aí. Se me fizer já 200, posso levar. Like, yeah. You see, that's the kind of situation that people put you into. I've had someone come up to me and be like, yeah, I got your phone number from this person. Vi capa que fizeste para Smaller, vi capa de não sei o que, vi capa disto, gramei. I want a cover for my single. I'm like, great, let's go. Quero isto, aquilo. Quanto é que podes fazer? Posso fazer a 2 paus. Just because you're a friend of a friend, e tipo, like, yeah. I'm not very tight on money, tenho time, gramei da tua ideia. Hey, no. Very expensive. I'm like, huh? Have you seen my drawings? Yeah, but the thing is, I don't really know if I'm gonna like your work, não sei o que. Cool. Tá aqui meu portfólio. Estão aqui meus links. Check. Do you like what you see? Yes, I do. 2 paus. Hey, no. Estás a ser uma ninga greedy. Excuse you. Greedy. It took me a long while to be able to like stand on my 2 feet e dizer eu quero 2 paus. Eu saber que não vou sentar aqui uma semana a fazer like semi-realismo para me pagar 300 meticais. I did not have the luck that these girls have de ter uma pessoa a dizer like não vais fazer isso aí because your value, so like o valor, the amount of skill that you have, the amount of times that I've seen you practicing para poderes fazer isto is X, Y, and Z. Não podes cobrar menos do que isto. Oh no, you're being greedy. So, no. It's not your place to tell an artist if they're being greedy. Diz, it's out of my budget.
Yeah.
Se o artist disser que... Oi, pronto. 1500. Já é uma cena. Vocês fizeram um deal. E é uma cena tipo, ok, mete na cabeça que tu não precisas nem de pagar, nem de ser pago com valores monetários.
Is it? Are you one of those people that you're willing to do like...
Bro...
Because some people don't like that concept, you know.
Yeah, mas é uma cena, tu também tens que ver bem o valor das coisas. I've had someone tell me that they wanted to take my plague doctor mask. I did not want to give it away because it was my first one and it looked really dope. Mas é uma cena tipo, ok, pay me for it. I'll give it to you. I mean, eu gastei material a fazer isso aqui. Eu não tenho como te pagar. Ok. Twice a week, eu vou te mandar cenas para fazer publicidade no teu status. For a whole month.
Okay.
You do that, I'll give you the...
Era alguém like that had like clout?
Yeah. Hey, go. Fez durante 3 semanas, última semana até... toda hora. Eu disse, tá bom. Cada dia que fizeste publicidade custou tanto, o valor que resta é este. You can either pay that or do the next week.
É true.
Yeah. É que valores,
você é uma nem complicada, man.
Eu não sou complicada. A cena é que se eu vou gastar 700 meticais a fazer uma cena, pelo menos esses 700 têm de voltar.
Yeah.
Se é para eu te entregar, pelo menos os 700 têm de voltar. Quer dizer, tipo, tá bom. Eu conto cada dia que tu fizeres publicidade como 100 meticais. Faz publicidade 7 dias, já está. Leva a tua coisa, fica feliz. Oh, não, não quero pagar. Não quero fazer publicidade, tá bom. Dá-me lá crédito, também não quero. Sai. É só essa cena. Like, you have to make sure that you understand that people are not just paying you for what you're giving them in that moment. They're paying you for your time. They're paying you for your material. And if you took 3 years to get where you are, they're paying for everything you did throughout those 3 years.
Money.
So you do not undervalue yourself.
Yeah. I feel like if I have this thing, né? Sometimes people ask me like, "Hey man, cobras para ter pessoas ou cobras para fazer os promo de songs and all that stuff." I don't even know what's my worth yet. I just started doing all these things, so I'd rather not charge. I'd rather have you over. Because I'll gain from you as an artist, whatever. Because I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, you have an audience, I'm growing mine.
A random Ukrainian audience.
let's just do this exchange, you know.
Yeah.
But then, it's sort of, at least for me, like sometimes I'm very sensitive with.
Do you want to make money though?
This. If eventually it starts making money, great. It's a plus.
Nothing ever starts making money. Do you want to make money out of it?
Out of this, I don't see it as a goal type thing.
That's
I got
not
into
what
this.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I thought that one
yes or no
money diplomatic. Do I want to make money? Obviously, I want to make money. But there's obviously a but here. But it's not like I'm gonna force this thing. No. You know, so I won't say if it doesn't, it's cool. I'll just keep on doing this because I like doing this. I like hearing other people's perspectives and all that stuff. You see, so yeah, that's just now my son. I'm like, eu bango, tipo, eu tô em casa, sento, digo, yeah, man.
How can I make money out
Como é
of
que eu vou
this?
fazer esse podcast aqui começar a fazer taco, mano? Ok, posso chamar não sei quantos caras. Yeah, vou chamar todos famosos. Yeah, depois vão trazer as fanbase dele. Nada. Não é assim, like, obviously, I'll have some, like, cool people over. I think every person that I've brought here so far is a cool person. At least for me.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't just be like, I don't just invite anybody that, like, you know. Like, eu tenho que ver e gramar da cena que a pessoa está a fazer. There's something in them that sort of, like, draws me to them. So, like, ainda estou a fazer muito do coração esta cena aqui. Vou dizer isso. Acho que essa é a melhor resposta. Quer fazer dinheiro? Ainda estou a fazer muito do coração isto.
Ok.
Quando começar a fazer com a mente, talvez.
I mean, you can do both.
Yeah, but sabes qual é a cena? Eu não quero me perder na maionese. I don't want to lose myself na maionese. Porque a partir do momento que tu te perdes na maionese, tu perdes a essência, a plataforma perde da sua essência.
True.
E like o teu crescimento, it's sort of like it gets to a plateau really fast. You're gonna grow, and then it plateaus because tu estás you're fighting a fight that doesn't make sense. You should just fight a fight where you're trying to express yourself.
True.
At least in this space, right? I'm trying to express myself, give others the opportunity to express themselves too, and yeah, you know. So yeah. Anyways, the other day I saw a video of yours doing like some crazy stuff with like, bro.
Já começou.
Where did you learn that? Like, ela tava fazendo uma cena.
Okay, so I'm gonna plug something now, right?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Esqueci o nome da rua. Great. Onde antes era a Escola de Artes Visuais, a antiga Escola de Artes Visuais.
Yeah.
Aquela rua mesmo à frente da estátua de Samora, pequenina. The minute you go on the street, has de ver um edifício completely Chinese do início ao fim.
Estou a ver. Yeah, estou a ver esse sítio.
Yeah. So, my chief lives there and he gives classes de Wushu.
You're what?
Mestre.
Teu mestre.
Sim.
Okay.
So, it's...
Qual é aquela arte? Qual é a arte? What's the name of that?
The name of the art is wushu.
Wushu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nos filmes é o que chamam de Kung Fu.
Oh,
So
wait,
it's-
so como é que, o que aconteceu para ser, like, porque quando chega no, when it gets to us, já chama-se Kung Fu instead of like Wushu?
É porque Kung Fu é nice. Tipo, it sounds
has like
nice to
a-
be
a
in
twist to it, you
You
know?
think Bruce Lee's first name is Bruce?
I don't know.
Usually, tipo, mesmo in kids que tu vês na MIS, por exemplo,
Yeah.
that are of Chinese descent or they just came from China or from any other Oriental Asian country,
Yeah.
they have an English name, but they also have like a name.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing that Hollywood does with things that are from other cultures. You need a name that is more sellable.
Yeah.
Não vais...
So, wait, are you telling me that Kung Fu isn't the OG name?
No, the
Wow.
OG name is Wushu.
Wushu.
Wushu is like...
I'm learning.
é
Genuinely.
conjunto de todas as artes que fazem o Kung Fu. So Tai Chi is part of Wushu. Wing Chun, que é a cena do Ip Man, is part of Wushu. Depois tem a bunch of other things. Motabachi Quan, a cena que fazem with the swords, as lanças, the sticks, all of that.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
For how long have you been doing it?
4 years now? Yeah, that specifically 4 years. Then I did some other martial arts throughout
Is it?
forever. Yeah.
Damn. Como é que... Para os que não estão a lhe ver, né? Mesmo, e estás sentado. You're like really, really tiny. How did you find yourself there? Like, you know.
Because I'm tiny.
Is it?
Listen, being tiny is not easy. I mean, it's very easy for some things. But it's... Yeah. I am a very active person. And I have ADHD.
Is it?
Yeah. So if I let myself be like packed with energy from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, I cannot get anything done. It's just not gonna happen. Either that, because I have like combined ADHD.
What's that? What's combined ADHD?
So ADHD has two parts. You have the ADD, that's attention deficit, and you have like an hyperfocus part of it.
Okay.
So when you have combined, both things happen and you don't pick when what happens.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I use most of my energy to do something else and then I need to like sit and study, for example, it'll be easier.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just like, oh, you know, sei lá, o nome científico do cão is bee. Não sei o que, meu gato.
So it's like a real struggle. Não é uma cena
It
de
is a struggle.
Because personally, I think it's the first time I actually meet someone that has been diagnosed. Normally, we just meet people that sort of act, people they have it.
Oh yeah, I'm slightly
my
OCD.
nigga, slightly.
Não sei o quê. Listen,
Yeah, so-
OCD is a pain in the ass. I do understand a cena do slightly. Eu sei que as pessoas ficaram maninho tipo, não, as pessoas só dizem slightly because we need to understand first and foremost that all these things are a spectrum. Não existe ter, não ter. É ter in different levels. The same thing that happens with ADHD. There's a spectrum. You have the middle, where you have both. Well, the middle where you're like normal, I guess. Then you can either go more towards having attention deficit or you can go more towards hyper-focusing. Or, in my case, imagine, tá a ver aquelas bolinhas que tu puxas e faz...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Wow.
Quando decidir...
E tu fizeste algum... Besides sports, right? Before you found sports, fazias algum tratamento? Ou era uma cena de just struggling?
No, actually, I was just seen as a very active child. Essa cena de eu descobrir que, like, listen, what you have is this, was fairly recent. I only started being able to sit down and realize that, hey, tu está a tirar notas estranhas, não é porque you're dumb. It's a lot of knowledge, but it's scattered everywhere because even your attention isn't there. The first thing that threw me off was the fact que eu não fico numa sala de testes mais de 10 minutos. A não ser que sejam matemáticas, I fucking hate maths. But não fico mais de 10 minutos na sala.
So like you write o teste em 10 minutos e depois basas?
If I sit more than that, I will struggle. Everybody's silent. There's the constant thing where you're already slightly stressed because it's a test. Mesmo quando estudas, é uma cena tipo, é um teste. Kinda. I grew up com aquela ideia de que, teste. So there's always that like level of anxiety. Depois é uma cena, it's silent. I'm trying to write and I can hear you walking. I can hear my classmate breathing. I can hear the other one doing things with the pen. I can hear you writing. I'm trying to focus on my paper, but I'm focusing on everything that is happening at the same time. It's a lot of information.
Yeah.
10-minute mark. Entreguei sei.
Wow.
Otherwise, I'm gonna like go fucking crazy na sala. It has to be like that. So it's like, okay, let me talk to my counselor. I think this, and that is happening. It's like, okay, we already cleared the fact that every once in a while you get very anxious, as the cena like incomoda, não sei o quê, but maybe please check this, and that. It's like, oh, okay. It is a heavy possibility. Sure. At least knowing I have better access to proper information that I can use on my behalf.
Yeah.
Which I wish, organizations here would do more often rather than just speak about general depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to get into that, but
no, I understand.
No.
Like
personally, I've become very what's the word that I'm trying to get? I'm resonating a lot more with stories of people that have struggled or are struggling with addiction and how marginalized they are in general. Because let's say we're having a chat here and then all of a sudden I just go like, hey man, I've been to rehab once. Uma pessoa normal, you probably be like, oh, damn, like tell me more about it. Mas uma outra pessoa vai ficar like, okay, eu tenho que ir embora, tipo, aqui estou, the stigma starts showing up.
I've definitely had that sort of experience. Tipo, like, I know, não se compara porque é uma cena tipo maninho diferente, I think. But the first time that's another thing. The first time I was actually allowed to go to therapy, I was sort of like, I lacked chemicals also to help like boost my mood and whatnot. So the lady was like, yeah, listen, we're gonna have to try some pills. I was like, shit. I really do not want people to think I'm crazy. Because that's the idea that people put in your mind.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not comfortable with that idea. And she was like, nobody needs to know, first of all. Like, you don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah, tipo, hey guys, I'm on pills.
I'm on pills. Guess what? It's like, nobody needs to know. And then it's a thing where, what you're going to be taking, não é coisa do outro mundo. It's a normal antidepressant. I'm like, I don't like, it's already starting bad. It's some like supplements, vitamins, não sei o quê, just to help your brain do its work. I'm like, cool. Mas que aquela cena dá-te tu ficas tipo, okay, you feel really good. It makes you feel better. And then you have to start taking smaller doses. And it's like, no, I'm going to relapse if I don't. Then at a certain point, you just start getting scared of your pills. And when you tell someone, like, listen, I'm taking pills for this and it's scary as shit and I want to stop, but I don't. It's weird because your parents also get very comfortable with the idea that if you're taking pills, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're taking pills for what? I'm like, antidepressants, so it's like, right. It's an immediate thing of like, you crazy, né? É por isso que anda a desenhar essas coisas.
That must suck.
Yeah, it does suck because you're just trying to get better.
Yeah.
E é uma cena tipo like, yeah, okay, that shit freaks you out. Like the worst experience I've had with it, besides waking up and like everything is too bright and every sound is like too loud, was
Wait, was that because it like heightens every single sensation that you have? Or
one
is it something
of
else?
the things that you usually take é o que tem no cough syrup. So it makes you sort of sleepy.
Okay.
And when you are
Codeine.
sleepy, yeah.
Codeína. In Portuguese, it sounds so aggressive.
It
Codeína, bro.
does.
But in English, it sounds
does.
so mellow, like codeine, bro. Like,
It
I'm just out
does.
here taking some codeine, you know what I'm saying?
Essa cena, it makes you hypersensitive to a bunch of things. And since I didn't know that I had ADHD,
Okay.
foi tipo like, maybe if I had known by then, I would have been taking something else that wouldn't hype so much like senses. So like oversensitivity to things and like sensory overload it's a reality. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If you are a person that's, mildly focused, not very anxious, I don't think you'd notice it that much. So yeah, but if you already have these other things that you carry with you, it's very noticeable. And sometimes someone is talking to you and it's like, listen, my guy, can you just tipo, you're too much right now. I just need to. E às vezes a pessoa tá falando normalmente.
Yeah.
Só que, please whisper.
Were you taking were you taking that medicine and going to school at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Must have sucked.
Yeah, because everybody's fucking loud.
Yeah.
Everybody's loud.
Was it high school or
University? University. It started second year to third, more or less. Yeah. So it was still like a classroom cheia.
No.
Yeah, era uma cena tipo, okay, meu departamento is very well lit. Tipo, luz natural, great. Not great in that moment.
Yeah.
And I couldn't just go there, look like a fucking douchebag com
sunglasses
yeah. Dentro da sala. It's like, and our teachers, entenderam? I'm like, shit. I think I went 2 weeks with what's it called? Aquela ceninha de avião that you press and you put inside your ears.
Oh, those earplugs.
Yeah, earplugs. Só pra não...
Yeah, o barulho.
Yeah, essa foi another thing that kind of threw me into the maybe I have ADHD, because she told me that no máximo ia ser uma semana e meia and then I would get used to it. But like, no, lady, I literally hyper focus on everything. So it was like very evident. But I was happy. I was feeling happy. I was feeling better and everything was great. So I just talked to her like, hey, listen, I think that's another thing. I always tell people, if you just started therapy, great. I do not advise pills unless it's really a biological thing where you need.
Yeah.
I really do not advise. And don't feel scared to just look at your therapist and be like, hey, listen, I'm feeling way better now. Can we try and like lower the dose until you eventually stop?
Oh, okay.
But you gotta sit with whoever is with you, so that the person like keeps in mind that you are actually feeling better.
Yeah.
And you can be doing this, and your therapist also agrees. Otherwise, addiction goes both ways, for the person that's taking it and for the person that has reassurance from you taking it.
Is it like?
Yeah.
In the sense that you start taking it and then your doctor realizes, yeah, she's getting better and you need to take more. Is that?
No, it's
In what
more
sense?
of if I am your mother and I know how much depression and anxiety and whatever is going on with you affects your daily life,
Yeah.
you can be 100% sure that it's also affecting my daily life.
Yes.
You decide that you want to take pills. I'm all for it. I see that you're getting better. Everything is great. You suddenly don't want to take the pills anymore. Your therapist is like, yeah, okay, let's try that out. I'm not 100% fine with it because you're good now. What's going to happen? It's a lot of uncertainty.
The fear. Okay, I see.
So it's more of a, you actually start getting better. You start taking less and less pills until maybe you're just like taking vitamins, multivitamina C, vitamina B. And I'm there like, no. You need to do this. I've had my mother look at me and be like, não, mas acabou os que estão aqui no frasco. I'm like, lady, no. Hell no. No, mas tem que acabar, não sei o quê. And it scares you. It genuinely scares you. I was like, okay, fine. I'll finish it.
Wow. I feel like this is the interesting part about life, where tu vês que a lot of things are nuanced, and we see a lot of people on like the internet, for example, going like, man, just go to therapy. And then you find the ones going like, man, I wouldn't go to therapy because the one time I went, or there's the ones that go, and then now there's the other side of the spectrum where like your mom was supportive, but she was a bit too supportive that
to a certain extent, it's understandable because this thing is giving your parents security.
Yeah.
And if you're suddenly taking that away, maybe they are the ones that are not ready.
Yeah.
Mas a cena que tu disseste, like, pessoas dizerem therapy great, o outro dizer é maninho normal, because therapy, never think that you're gonna hop into a therapist and be like, these are my problems and everything's gonna be great. No.
The first thing you're gonna do is block.
I went to 3 different people.
Is it? Until you're like comfortable.
The third one, I only did two sessions with them. Never needed to go again. That's how good he was.
Wow.
So it's really a matter of Can
I ask you something? Was it because it was good, or was it because you had been through like the whole experience of like where they're trying to like peel all the layers off, that when you got to like the third one, it was like a thing of like tu já sabes how it all goes, and then it's just a matter of like, okay, cool, this is who I am.
Well, when it comes to like peeling situations off, I already had experience beforehand because Val is my fucking rock, and she taught me most of the communication skills I have. So with her, I already have that practice of here's the issue. Let's start peeling this off until,
Yeah.
But the thing that bothered me was because my mom's a doctor and they're sort of colleagues. I sort of felt like they weren't being 100% supportive of me being open about everything.
Okay.
Like it would be something like, okay, you're having problems at school. Let's fix that. You're having problems with your self-esteem. Let's fix that. Oh, listen, I'm also having problems with my mom. No, you gotta understand that your mom is doing the best for him. Like, yeah, I know that. But there's this, and that. Yeah, but she's doing the best for you. I'm like, okay, listen. Cool. Bye.
So they were like sort of biased.
Yeah.
I see.
So the best thing, like I know that they always say, when you go the first time, vai acompanhado, vai com teus pais, vai não sei o quê. Your parents are very important people in your life, but they're not the only people in your life.
Bars. Tô brincando. They're very important people, yes. But not, not
I got my counselor from Val. I just turned to her and I was like, listen, I cannot do this. She was like, there's this person. Why don't you check it out? Fui sozinha.
Yeah. Oh, the other 2 times you went with your mom? Oh.
Minha mãe, se ficar a saber que eu fui a esse third counselor, é porque assistiu esse vídeo.
Wait. What? So she never knew, like, passaste?
Não. Passei, sentei com ele, he's like, you're Val's friend. I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. Vamos falar. First time, fucking bawled my eyes out. You know, school. Para la cena, ta. We dabbled on the thing about pills, and it was like, yeah, listen, I'm also not very into the idea of like, antidepressants, not say okay, but there's this and that option, you do whatever you feel like. Second session, boom. That was it. I just needed someone to be completely unbiased. Nem perguntei maninho cenas, nem me perguntaram maninho cenas. It was just a matter of feeling that this person doesn't have that thing like, no, but parents, no, but parents. Não querendo tirar mérito dos pais. Because your parents really do a lot of things for you. But you gotta start keeping in mind that they do those things for you because they chose to. Você não popped out of the sky e disseram aos teus pais, tá aqui criança. That's a decision they made. Gratefulness, awesome. Mas, há pessoas que estão tipo hostage dessa cena de parents. And sometimes it's your parents. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just getting too serious really fast.
I don't see it as it's serious, right? But it's necessary. It's necessary to be spoken about.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who's the person listening, watching, that's probably going through this and they haven't been able to phrase it the way you just did for us. So thank you for that. Like seriously, honestly speaking, thank you because these are the issues that we need to talk about when it comes to like mental health.
Yeah.
That we sort of just dabble around like, go to therapy. It's necessary, but like
it is necessary.
There's like this, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more, and we didn't even like get, let's say, 2 meters down the iceberg. We just touched up on like this little part of parents. Then we follow the friends. We'd take hours in this.
True. True.
So yeah, but like going back to the martial art.
I was trying to run from that.
Why we don't like it?
No, it's not that I don't like it, but it seems that recently a lot of people have been curious about it. People like,
yeah, I'm curious about it. I'm like, when you posted that video, I was like, dude, this is so cool. I want to play with those. I don't know what's that thing. I just saw it in movies, and I was like, I want to play with this too.
What do you want me to tell you?
What belt are you in?
We don't have belts. That's my favorite thing. Yeah. We don't have belts. We have like 4 animals, and each animal has 3 levels.
Okay.
So the first animal is a panda with 3 levels. The second one is an eagle. I forgot the other 2. Like, yeah,
so where are you now?
I'm eagle 2nd level, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that why it became Roxy Panda? Was that?
No, the panda comes from a completely random place. Random place. But I do like martial arts a lot.
Yeah.
I was given I wasn't given 2 options. I was given 2 opportunities to do dance and to do martial arts. I ended up doing both, but dance here kind of got boring. And I tried different.
You don't play with like weapons, so
yeah, I don't play with weapons, and I really like weapons. So I have like 11 different somethings at home, and I just tried different types of martial arts, and I was like, yeah, I like this one because this one is like a lot of things in one, and our teacher is just great, and he lets you try anything you want.
What's your favorite weapon?
I think the double-sided sword is my favorite one. Mostly because it's like a royalty type of art. I don't know if that's the best way to explain. It's like in ancient China, you had 2 types of people that would use swords. You had some that were more barbarian, kind of, that have that type of sword that is like one side is straight and thick and the other side cuts. And then you had like the nobles. The nobles had to be like elegant and graceful and all that jazz, but they still had to be deadly. So that's where the double-sided sword comes from. Because it's like very thin and very straight and you're elegant with it. And all the movements are very,
flamboyant.
The presentation movements are very flamboyant. You start learning a sequence 5 minutes in, you're freaking panting the hell out because you have to do a lot of things just for the sake of like presentation. But it's very graceful for something that could kill you.
Yeah. Wow.
I guess I really like that mix.
Wow. Damn. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Like, I tried doing martial arts when I was younger. Did a bit of judo.
Oh yeah. Almost everyone I know here has done judo.
They probably studied in Yamunda. Because we had to do it. It was either judo or xadrez. But like for me, the thing is, they never got me the kimono for judo. My mom was like, nah, don't jogar xadrez. This is because judo é okay. So I never really did judo because like we're allowed to. I think for a few classes or something like that.
To not have the
kimono, yeah. But then from a certain point onwards, you had to have it.
I think that's another thing I really like about the place I am right now. Basta tu estar desconfortável com a roupa que estás.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
He always brings like o traje e pergunta-te se queres comprar. If you don't want to, like, pá, tens fato de treino? Vamos. Because the whole point is you learning.
Yeah.
Tem kimono, não tem kimono.
So you're not training to like become a warrior or something?
No.
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 Boring.
No.
Boring. If I were you, Joe, para ficar warrior.
Like, okay, warrior, what exactly would I do here with that skill? I mean, I could be a stunt woman.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
You could go to Cap Delgado, bro. Think about it. Think about it.
Listen. I like doing things for show. I don't think I'm comfortable actually snapping someone's
fighting,
neck.
like
yeah,
doing something for like an actual cause bigger than you.
I already think I'm a bit aggro. If I get put in an environment when I can be like openly aggressive, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man. Like, I wish I was doing the stuff that you are. You know? Yeah, I think I'll come through sometime, you know.
Okay.
Come through and play with some weapons, and some swords. Play with the double-edged sword. I only hear about the double-edged sword when I'm like reading the Bible and stuff like that, where I'm talking to someone that.
Isn't that the double-sided sword though?
Double-edged. It's double-edged.
Like sword de lado, right?
I think, from what I understand,
Double-edged sword, não é tipo as duas pontas.
Yeah,
Isn't that a metaphor for you being in a... What's the name for the thing? Esqueci. Dilemma.
Yeah, something like that. But like, there's also like one passage in the Bible that says something like that. So like, foi a única vez que eu ouvi essa cena. But like, yeah, I'd like to see that.
One of these days I have to read the Bible, tipo ler mesmo, a sério. The only times I've read the Bible foi para be an asshole.
Wow.
That's it was such a bad habit. I mean, when I say I'm like, this is what I mean when I say that I have big tendencies for evil. I read the Bible, certain passages, because although I genuinely like to hear people come up to me and like explain things, because you can see when someone actually believes and they read and they analyze and you're like, wow, you like build your faith.
Yeah.
Agora quando chegam pessoas, no, but this because this, and like, okay. No, but Christianity is great. We can eat pork. No como no Islam, like, listen, sweetheart. According to the Bible, you cannot eat pork. You cannot eat shrimp. You cannot eat grasshoppers. You cannot eat rabbits. No, actually, you can eat rabbits, but you can't eat hares. You can't just pick what's convenient.
Yeah.
But
It's a bit.
It's a funky subject.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject. Very funky, very.
But genuine faith though, most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that are like believers, you know, and they make sure they're always accountable for their faith in the sense that they're always like trying to get better information and that's through reading the Bible and always trying to like become a better version of Christ, like more Christ-like, you know. I don't know if you've heard that expression.
Yeah.
Because what ends up happening is a lot of people here just do this church thing for vibes, you know.
Yeah,
and
I feel you.
just there, like, bro.
Or
when I go
vibes
to-
or fear.
Yeah. Like, I believe in God or, you know, stuff like that. But like deep down, yeah, it's a complicated matter. It's a complicated matter. But yeah, anyways, I'd like to know from you, like, what's next? What should we be expecting from you in the near future?
Well, I want to try a bit more videography.
Yeah.
For now, just
Yeah, you had a channel. What happened to your channel? I was searching for it before we recorded this.
I do still have the channel. It's just that thing where that I think this is another like very art related thing where I'll have people come up to me and be like, yeah, I really like what you do and whatnot. I'm like, okay, great. And then I'll have like maybe 5 views. And it's like, look, I literally sent this to you.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the way I'm putting things.
You know what you should do?
What?
Don't advertise at all.
Oh, the last things I haven't advertised. It's just that lately the drive to actually like edit the videos. But what I was saying about like videography, no sei o que, is like things that I do plan on putting on my channel. I'm not gonna be doing like some rebranding, no sei o que. My channel is gonna be random as shit. O que encontrares ali encontraste. Like, you don't like it, but suit yourself. Porque precisas de ter mais disto. If I feel like it, I'll do it. Otherwise, you know. But yeah, mostly videography. And probably some comic related things. I don't know.
Man,
I really wanted
feel like
to
you
try
guys should
comics.
like really push on that, on the Comic-Con stuff. Obviously, agora, the vid, the panoramic, the Panasonic, the pandemonium, and all the words there are for the situation. Don't. It doesn't lie, but será uma cultura nice para nós termos em geral. Eu não sou parte dessa cultura, né? Mas só o fato de saber que existe uma coisa dessas aqui, será uma nem dope. E isso depois faz o quê? Abre espaço para vocês, illustrators, começarem a criar nossas cenas já.
True.
Nossas próprias
I mean,
bandas
that is the end
desenhadas.
goal.
You see?
Like, we need to have things that are for
Porque eu sei que
us.
Link Penny está a trabalhar numa cena daqui, uma banda desenhada local. But we need more, Joe. Não pode só ser ele lá.
Hoje informais, I think.
Hoje informais, Então não pode só ser ele a fazer. Temos mais pessoas a fazer nessa cena.
True.
Para isso acontecer, as pessoas que are meant to like do the publishing têm que saber que we have an audience. There are people that are going to watch this.
I mean, we do have an audience. É só aquela cena. Não se vai atrás dessa audience porque aquilo estávamos a falar antes. A cena da mensagem e a forma como...
There isn't a leader. So I guess you need to practice your leadership skills. You know? Get in charge of things and make it happen.
No, but the thing is, even if I were to lead and I come up to a publisher, I'm like, tá aqui comic. Já está feito. What's up? Qual é a ideia? It's like, mas é que isto aqui não se alinha muito nas...
Não pensa assim.
What? No, I'm just saying.
Assim.
Wait.
Vamos focar nos problemas.
You know why
Sabes
I'm
porquê?
saying that?
Porque já desistir a cena. O resto é o resto.
O problema é nós querermos ir atrás de publishers. That's my issue. Because to a certain extent, you could at least do amateur version e ir já com resultados. Tá aqui? Compraram tantos, não
tipo
sei
uma
o quê.
demo. I see.
That's the thing. Nós queremos sempre correr para publishers, para empresa de não sei...
Yes, do that and then from there we'll see.
Depois se for uma cena tipo, we like this. Cool, vamos.
You see, because you at least have shown them that this has some potential. So don't think like that, please. se fosse assim, sabes?
I just think they're very stuck up.
You know,
it doesn't mean that I wouldn't go and give.
If it was like that, I wouldn't have started this podcast.
Yes, you would.
I would. In the sense that, like, eu ficar a pensar, mano, sabe, fazer uma cena de falar uma hora. Like, we've been talking for like an hour and a half now with one person. Será que vão curtir? Será que o people vai curtir?
Curtem.
Eu estava na dúvida. Ainda estou.
Mas também tens de ver uma cena, né?
Nah, let us not get there.
No. Okay.
I know where you're trying to get to.
What?
Nah. We're
What?
not gonna get there. We're not gonna get there. The point here is
you're Alan Shane.
we just have to make things happen.
You're Shane Orange.
We just have to make things happen, and from there we'll see. But coming to an end, I just want to thank you a lot for being here and for being as honest as you are, bro. Like, I really like your stuff. Like, your stuff has been helping me get rid of my judgmental self and like appreciate art as it is. Like, I got something to say when I was when I went to your house and I saw those drawings there. I was like, this is weird, but like,
yeah, I mean,
there's some beauty in this, you know?
half naked lady.
You know, I was like, this is weird, but hey, man, it's art. It's art. So yeah, I mean, if you have anything to say to the peeps, man, feel free. Where can they find you and all that stuff, you know?
Well, you can find me on Instagram in regular panda, tudo junto, or Noor is unamused com 2 O's, também tudo junto. You can find me on Twitter, regular _panda, on YouTube, also regular panda. Do I have anything else? No, I don't think I have.
You don't want to tell them anything. Any words of encouragement, whatever.
Listen, I'm the worst person to encourage others. People straight up. Do your thing. And please don't sell your things for like
don't undervalue yourself.
Please.
Yeah.
Don't undervalue yourself. Like,
But don't overvalue yourself too.
Também, like, know your skills. Yeah. Or at least, educate yourself on how to rate your things. Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'll come there to do some like.
Vamos, e estar à espera.
And yeah, man, I'll see you on the internet again.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, muito obrigado aí, pessoal, que curtiu a cena até agora, man. Vocês estavam a assistir, a escutar. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bow.